Today we're going to do the expert level racing car challenge at Laguna Seca Raceway with the Chaparral 2J from 1970 at 600 pp. Hey everybody, Uncle Guy here. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and a share. You can add any comments below, and if you haven't done it already, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you won't miss any of the new stuff. Alright, here we go. Okay, let's look at our driving options. Manual transmission, driving line on, traction control at 2, and ABS, that looks like at 3. As far as the car settings, we're on racing hard tires. And you can see the ride height there, dampeners at 4, anti-roll at 5. 3.6 and 1.5 camber, no tow. It's only a 3-speed tranny. I set it to 162. Driveline 8, 20, and 20. 74% on the power to get us to that 600 pp. And we've gone ahead and added 100 pounds of ballast at minus 20, going for that 50-50 weight balance. This is part of our Fast Cash series where we are running different cars, showing some different setups at 600 pp and 550 pp, running the seasonal events. We can make a lot of money pretty quick on these events. This car is pretty incredible. The actual car used a snowmobile engine and ran 2 fans in the back to suck the car to the track, and this thing is just a beast. I've used it in a number of races, and when you don't know what to reach for, you can't really go too wrong with this one. I set my fastest laps that I have on this track, I think, in this car. It goes pretty strong. Alright, coming into the front straight. Start finish line. And we've only got 3 gears to work with, and for the most part we're just using 2 and 3, although I think it's even a little faster if you just drop it down to first sometimes. I've got the gearing kind of close together. You can go back and take a look at that. Here's my famous wide first turn on cold tires. Here we're just down into second, and we're on just a little wide there too. Just cold tires. We're getting a bonnet view. This one seems to give me the best layout for a pretty good sized picture-in-picture and still be able to keep most of the information. You can see what place we're in on the right, and I'll keep you abreast of the lap. So up the hill for the first time. Quick downshift right here, don't get into that guy. And then we're back up to third. Up the hill going into the corkscrew. And this car really sticks good, and you can carry some pretty good speed. So I got into the 30s that time. Ideally you want to, if you can carry about 50 miles an hour through there, that's pretty good. And as close as you can keep to 100 through here. Tires aren't quite up to temperature yet. We'll run a little faster as we get going. Back up here to third, final left-hander. You want to get in here early. If you get late, send you out in the grass there, and it cut a second or two off your lap. And coming in here for the first lap, 123.2. That's pretty strong for a first lap. I'm usually about 124 to 126, depending on which car I'm in. So the tires are coming up to temperature now. You see it's handling a little better. And I'm getting more used to it. This is the first laps I've put on this car at this track, so but it does pretty well. I didn't feel the need to go in and tweak it anymore. But some of these cars, you get them down to 600 pp, get the handling right, and then if you ever want to tune them back up, mostly it's just the motor. You know, the handling doesn't change that much. You might have to soften the suspension or stiffen a little bit depending on the track that you're on, but this one goes pretty good like this. So we're getting 140 at the top. See, I kept it over 52, 53 miles an hour that time through there. It's a lot faster. And then as close as we can get to, not too far under 100 there, we got down to 90. This corner, taking about 90. And I think I blow this, I get a little late on the brakes here and go wide. And you see that really sends you out here once you get into that gravel. And that can cost quite a bit on the lap time. This one probably would have been closer to a 120. As it is, we still ran a 123.5 1:25, which is pretty good considering we made a mistake. We're up to 5th place, starting our 3rd lap here. Up through here, just one downshift, and then barrel down this straight, and then get up to 3rd, and I don't really do much braking here. Just kind of drop it 1 gear just to keep the RPMs up and get a good drive down this straight. Quick downshift here, and then we're going to, again, turn in nice and early, hug that inside corner, lots of grip there. Again, you want to learn the track with the driving line on, or at least that's what I like to do, and then, you know, run it with the driving line off and figure out what other parts of the track there's grip and what other parts there's not. Try some different lines and experiment until you get your lap times. You know, once you run a few laps and can consistently know what you should be able to do in that car, then play around with some different lines and see if it's faster or slower. Or just to have a bailout if you're coming up on traffic and your preferred line isn't there. So coming the last corner here, usually I'm about 115 around there. We're in about 114, 115. We should be in the 122s this lap, I think. 121.1, so that's pretty fast. That's the fastest lap so far I've done on this track. Lap 4, we're in 4th place, which is a good spot to be. Every other time I've won this, it's been almost always a last turn pass for the lead, so this one's going pretty fast. One thing I do notice though, when you have a faster car, the AI tends to be faster too. I've had the winner of the AI run this thing in like 7:43, and I think this guy does it in 7.5. So it does vary as to what you're going to get. Sometimes if you get just too hard of an AI, back out of the race and then rejoin it, and you'll get a different set of cars. Sometimes if you're stuck, that's one way to do it. We're trying to make some money here. So held pretty good through there. 3rd place. We should get this guy before the final corner for 2nd. And 1st place is right in front of him, so there's 2nd. Usually there's a pretty good gap between 1st and 2nd on the AI, but these guys are running pretty close together. That Ford does pretty good up front. So we're already going to take the lead before lap 5, which I've never done before. And that lap got down to 120. So that's the last lap I've run on here. Fun car. It kind of feels like go-karty when you drive it, but it really rolls. So I've been able to do in past seasonal events, like a hot single lap or something. I got a little wide there. I've been able to win gold with this car where I couldn't with a lot of other ones. So pretty cool there. I guess this one's going to be number 3 in the Fast Cash series. I'm going to try to do a couple more with a couple Vision Gran Turismo cars. They're a lot of fun. They're really, really good cars. So we're coming up through here. Corkscrew the last time. Stayed in the 50s, which is good. And then down through here. Almost held 100 miles an hour through there, so the car's kind of dialed in, the tires are good and warm, and I'm getting a little bit of a rhythm, so we should make a pretty good lap here if I don't screw this corner up. Yeah, we're coming out of there, 112, 113, coming on through to the end. So that's it, guys. We got a pretty good payoff coming on this one. I hope you're enjoying these. I'm enjoying making them and driving them. And we made some pretty good money this time, I think. This is day 2, so I get 130% on the purse. And $638,000 in under 8 minutes. That's not too bad. All right, gang, that's it. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.